Good afternoon, students. I am Murthy, your history teacher, going to teach you theme 1 from the beginning of time. In this chapter, we have read about the evolution of early human from apes to human, and we have seen gradually he became a modern man. Whenever he was ape, whenever he was a monkey, we have seen uh, that he didn't know anything and he lived on trees. But with the passage of time, evaluation process was going on, and the brain size increased, jaws, teeth, they became smaller, and means the shape is skeleton body is taking place. And with the increased brain, he started to think, and whenever thinking developed, he started to make tools, and he started to use these tools to make weapons as well as to kill animals to protect himself, and he discovered fire also. With the help of fire, he started to scare animals, wild animals, as well as to cook food, and he learned to live in caves. Means he shifted from trees to caves. Means this, but it is the advancement, development, progress of human body, and um, uh, today we will read conclusion, and that conclusion is known as epilogue. You will ask what is the meaning of epilogue. Epilogue means a short piece that is added at the end of a book. Today means we are going to finish this chapter. So again I am repeating, epilogue is a term. It means a short piece that is added at the end of a book. We have seen for several million years humans lived by hunting wild animals and gathering wild plants. In the way he obtained his food by killing animals as well as by gathering wild plants. Then between 10,000 and 4,500 years ago, people in different parts of the world learned to domesticate certain plants and animals. Means he learned the technique to grow crops, to grow plants, as well as to rear animals for food. This led to the development of farming and pastoralism as a way of life. Means this was the development in the field of farming as well as cattle rearing or pastoralism. Both are the means of livelihood of human beings. Even these days, we people are surviving with the help of farming as well as cattle rearing. Both things provide us food. The shift from foraging. Foraging means searching food here and there. Clear? Foraging means he became farmer. From foraging to farmer was a major turning point in human history. What it is? It was a major turning point. It turned the life of human. It changed the life of human. Why did this change take place at this point of time? This is a bigger question. We have to find out its answer. Mean the reasons are there why this change occurred. First reason, the last ice age came to an end about 13,000 years ago. Earlier there was ice age. Whenever there is ice, whenever there is snow, whenever we have low temperature, then it is not easy to grow crops. Means crops or controlled vegetation or natural vegetation both required high temperature. Whenever we have higher temperature, what will happen? Whenever there is sunshine, then vegetation is able to obtain its food, prepare its food with the help of synthesis. in the presence of sun, water, and carbon dioxide, plants will produce their own food as well as extra food for human beings, for others. So what we have seen, ice age came to an end. Ice age खत्म हो गई थी. And what the result? There was a warmer temperature, better condition for growing crops, and with that warmer, better conditions prevailed. As a result, conditions were favorable for the growth of grasses such as wild barley and wheat. Means what happened? Means climatic change became beneficial for early humans to grow crops. Which one crops? Barley and wheat, जौ और कनक, जो हम खाते हैं, हमारी फूड आइटम्स है, dietary items. Mean that's why farming was prescribed at a large scale. At the same time, उसी समय क्या हो गया? As open forests and grasslands expanded, whenever we are having favorable conditions for the growth of vegetation, definitely there will be large number of trees, large number of grass will be grown. So what happened? Forests as well as grasslands expanded, and the population of certain animal species such as wild sheep, goat, cattle, pig and donkey increased. Definitely when we have a large amount of food, large amount of area to live, then our population will be increased. बढ़ेगी हमारी population. ऐसे ही animals की population increase हुई. और वो कौन से animals? Those which are providing food to early humans, providing help to early humans, like wild sheep, goat, cattle. Cattle means पशु जो दूध देते हैं, जैसे cow, buffalo, pig and donkey increased. What we find is that human societies began to gradually prefer areas that had abundance of wild grasses and animals, and where early people started to live near those areas which has plentiful wild grasses as well as animals. Animals food is grass. Definitely animals will live in that area which has grass. And there is food chain. Let me explain. This is grass land. It is grassland. Grassland is eaten by animals, and animals are eaten by early men. So means animals start near grasslands, and men start near those areas where animals. This is a food chain. What it is? Food chain. नुख ने कहाँ रहना शुरू कर दिया? जहाँ animals थे. क्यों? To hunt animals for food. और एनिमल जहाँ ग्रासलैंड के पास क्यों रहते थे? अगेन ये इनका फूड था. मीन ये कंडीशन जब क्रिएट हो गई तो हमने देखा सेटलमेंट आ गई. No, relatively large permanent communities occupied such areas for most part of the years. Mean early humans started to settle at one place, with some areas being clearly preferred for most parts of the year. A pressure may have built up to increase the food supply. I have explained that grassland, animals, early man. Living here, food chain is there, and Most of the time he started to live here. Whenever he was living, then there was pressure. Which one pressure? For more food. To obtain more food, what he started? Mean early man, what he started? He started agriculture. And for agriculture, he had to remain most of the time here, mean on fields. What happened? Permanent settlement बेटे settlement हो गई. He started to make home, house. ये changes हैं. So what I told you that there was a pressure may have built up to increase the food supply. This may have triggered the process of domestication of certain plants as well as animals. Means he started to rear animals as well as to grow crops for food. It is likely that a combination of factors which include climatic change. These are the combined factors, combination of many factors. Which one factors? I am going to highlight. These are the factors. Which one factor? Climatic change we have seen, population pressure, a greater reliance and knowledge, greater reliance and knowledge of a few species of plant like wheat, barley, rice and millet. He came to know about wheat, barley, wheat, rice and millets. And animals, which one animals? Like sheep, goat, cattle, donkey and pig. And they played a role in this transformation. Means all these things came to know to early humans, and whenever he came to know about these things importance in his life, then he changed, he is changed. Means this was a transformation in his settlement from one place to another, from tree to tree. Means to hunt animal, he started to live at one place. One such area where farming and pastorism began around 10,000 years ago was the Fertile Crescent, where he started to do agriculture at a place that is known as Fertile Crescent. This is place. Okay, fertile. Extending from the it is a extended from Mediterranean Sea, Mediterranean coast to the Zagros mountains in Iran. Means from Mediterranean, from Europe to Iran, the early people started to grow crops as well as to domesticate animals for food purpose. With the introduction of agriculture, more people began to stay in one place for even longer periods than they had done before. We have seen earlier he was a wanderer, moved from one place to another. But whenever he learned the technique of growing crops and to domesticate animals, he started to live at one place. Means permanent settlement was um, there. Means permanent settlement took place. Thus, permanent houses began to be built of mud. Whenever he started to live at one place permanently, then what he thought to make, what he built houses of mud bricks and even stones. Means permanent again settlement took place. These are some of the earliest villages known to archaeologists, and we came to know with the help of archaeologists that he learned to make houses by using mud bricks as well as stone. Means he became settled person who has the knowledge to grow crops as well as to domesticate animals for daily needs for food. In this way, he is evaluated. He is a modern man. So farming and pastoralism led to the introduction of many other changes such as the making of pots. Then he discovered wheel, and wheel was used to make pots as well as to transportation to carry load from one place to another. So making of pots in which to store why pots were made to store grain and other produce and to cook food. He made pots. Besides, apart from it, new kinds of stone tools came into use. Other new tools such as the plough were used in agriculture. Plough, it is a tool made of wood and iron. It is used to cultivate the soil. Even these days, farmers are using plough with uh, the help of oxen to cultivate their soil to grow crops. So he made plough to use it in agriculture. Gradually, people became familiar with the metals such as copper and tin. We have seen that he learned to use copper as well as tin to make tools. The wheel, important for both pot making and transportation, came into use. Means discoveries were taking place. Gradually, he discovered many things, those things which are the base for the life, which are very helpful, which made his life comfortable. About 5,000 years ago, even larger concentration of people began to live together in cities. Why did this happen? And what are the differences between cities and other settlements? Look out for answers to these and other questions in theme 2. Means we will find out the answer of these questions in theme 2. So I think this is clear what I have told you. The conclusion of this chapter, or you can say in short summary, in summary what we have read, or in chapter what we have read the changes from apes to early human, modern human, which changes took place, how he became a modern human. That is the story which we have discussed. So let me explain timeline also. It is a timeline. You have to read it carefully. Means from 36 to 24 million years, what we have seen, there was primates, monkeys in Asia as well as in Africa. They were animals, they were not humans. उस समय वो humans नहीं थे, primates थे. ये monkeys और हम कहें apes, अफ्रीका और एशिया में. Then what happened? In 24 million years ago, we have a family that is known as hominoids, or you can say that is known as goblins, Asian origin Eutona, and African apes, gorilla, chimpanzees, and bonobos or pygmy chimpanzees. And if we look at the timeline, uh, in the era of 6.4 million years ago, what we have seen branches out of hominids and hominoids. Mean hominoids were earlier than we have hominids. And 5.6 million ago there was Australopithecus, and between 2.6 to 2.5 million ago there was earliest stone tools. Means he learned to make stone tools. And between the 2.5 to 2 million years ago, what we have seen, there was cooling and drying of African area. Means there was a climatic change resulting in decrease in woodlands and increase in grasslands. Means grasslands were expanded due to the climatic change. And between 2.5 to 2 million years ago, what we have seen, there was development of homo means man. Then we have read about the 2.2 million years ago, and in it what we have seen, homo habilis means a man who is able to make tools. Tool maker was there. in this era. And between 1.8 million ago, there was Homo erectus, means a man who was able to stand straight, जो सीधे खड़ा हो सकता था. Mean these are the gradual changes which are taking place with the passage of time. One side we have time period and another side changes what we are seeing. This is a timeline, very important to revise full chapter. Then between in 1.3 million ago, what is we have seen, there was extinction of Australopithecus. Australopithecus disappeared from Earth's surface. Then zero point 0.8 million years ago, what I have seen, we have seen Archika. Archika means old, sapiens, Homo, Heidelberg genes that are found in Europe, in Germany. Then between 0.19 to 0.60 million ago, Homo sapiens, modern human, means a wise man who has the knowledge, who has the ability to think. Then next is second timeline. What it is telling? Again, here we have evidences, and here we have timeline. Earliest evidence of burials, when we discovered these earliest evidence of burial during 3 lakh years ago. Then extinction of Homo erectus, in those persons, those men who were able to stand upright or straight, they disappeared from earth's surface when 2 lakh years ago. And the development of voice box, when he learned to communicate with one another, each other, during 2 lakh years ago. Then what we have seen, Areka means old one, Homo sapien skull in the Narmada Valley, India, that is between 2 lakh to 1 lakh 30 years ago. We have discovered the skull of Homo sapien in Narmada Valley of India. Then emergence of modern humans. It took place 1,95,000 years ago to 1,60,000 years ago, between 1,60,000 years ago. Then appearance of Neanderthals. Neanderthals, that is between 1,30,000 years ago. Next we have earliest evidence of hearths. Means we have discovered hearths. Hearth means oven. चूल्हे हमें मिले, कब मिले? In 1,25,000 years ago. 1,25,000 साल पहले बात कर रहे हैं हम. Then extinction of Neanderthals. Neanderthals means they disappeared from Earth's surface when 35,000 years ago. Then what we have discovered, what not the evidences we have, earliest evidences of figurines made of fired clay. हमें फिगर्स मिली जो फायर्ड क्ले की बनी हुई हैं, पक्की हुई मिट्टी की, सॉइल की, कब? 20,000 years ago, 27,000 साल पहले. एंड वी हैव इन्वेंटेड स्विंग नीडल्स. सुई मिली है हमें, नीडल्स मिली हैं स्टिचिंग करने के लिए. That is a 21,000 years ago. So these are the timelines which I have discussed with you.